Let me share with you, as they say, Vedas are infinite. And infinite means no beginning, no end. Now, what is Vedas? Vedas is not books, Vedas is knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Knowledge is infinite. So, where do we begin? Where do we end? There is no beginning, there is no end. Today morning, over our cup of tea, satsang within the family. And a beloved of mine had shared some dream. So we talked about what are dreams. Dreams about God are not called dreams, they're called visions. And they are life changing. They are glimpses of reality, just glimpses of reality. When we become meditative, we start having visions. So, is it comprehensible when we become meditative? What is meditative? We start thinking more and more deeply about life. It's called being meditative. Let's say how my journey began, meditative journey. By the age of 30, I had become convinced that I can't be satisfied with life. Now, what does it mean? What is life? Life is about all that you can experience with five senses. What you can hear, what you can see, what you can touch, what you can taste. They can't satisfy you. So by the age of 30, I had become convinced that life cannot satisfy me. So I was fortunate that I didn't end it, because if it cannot satisfy me, why live then? I was fortunate that I ended it in a different way. I did end it, but in a different way. I didn't just burn this flesh and bones off, but I burnt myself off. So I disappeared. I was the problem, so I disappeared. And life became very beautiful. Now, what does it all mean? So when I became convinced that life cannot satisfy me, then I realized that satisfaction cannot be an illusion. If I'm seeking satisfaction, that means there has to be an entity called satisfaction. So I am trying to find it with the five senses. That will not happen. So the presence of the Guru woke up that vision in me that satisfaction is a reality, and we all call him Allah or Krishna or God, whatever, and it is a reality, and it can be experienced with the sixth sense, not with the five sense. After the daswaं dwar opens, नौ द्वारे प्रगट किए, दसवां गोपत्र खाया. There is an inner eye also. And when that inner eye opens, then you start seeing light. And glimpses of light are called visions. You start getting glimpses of light. On the staircase, each rung of the ladder, you start getting glimpses of what might be there on the rooftop, which will be very different, but you start just getting glimpses of it. And those glimpses you call dreams in the beginning. Later you call it sopan, means the experiences on every step. So that keeps inviting you to keep climbing up. These experiences, they keep inspiring you to keep climbing the ladder. And this ladder is not outside of you geographically. It's not in some Haridwar outside, but Haridwar inside. Amritsar inside of you. So you start becoming more and more contemplative or meditative, and you start seeing light, more and more light. Actually, the light is already there. Who's obstructing it? You are obstructing it. I am obstructing it. If I disappear, light is always there. When we go meet the Guru, Guru is an invitation to light within you. So initially he posits himself as a body, but later gradually his body also disappears and your entity, identity also disappears, and what is left behind is only light. Hare Ram. It's an illusion, imagination of myself as this man, which is keeping me darkness, which is keeping me suffering. So, at the age of 30 and between 30 to 35, by constant recitation of the Naam, Ik duji bulak ho hai, lakh 20, lakh geda akhiye, ek naam jagdish, et mārga pat paudiyan. Pat paudiyan means the ladder to the beloved. Pat means pati. यही रास्ता है पति की पौड़ियों का. Keep reciting the name, सांस सांस सिमरो गोविंद, all the time, all the time, all the time. सांस सांस सिमरो. It is not some knowledge. It is the essence, the taste hidden within knowledge, which is God. Initially, you form a relationship with Him. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhus cha sakha tvameva. So initially you make him your beloved friend, your father, your mother. No genders. Mother, father, brother, friend, beloved, everything. And then you realize tvameva vidya cha dravinam tvameva. Then you realize that he is knowledge, that my beloved is knowledge. And then you realize dravinam tvameva. Dravinam means the taste, the essence, the nectar hidden within knowledge, the experience of the knowledge. I mean, the food you eat is tasty, yet, but what matters is what does it do to your body? I mean, your health, which it gives you. So the knowledge gives you some taste. Tvameva vidya cha dravinam tvameva. And then you realize, because you've tasted the nectar, the Amrit of the Amritsar, there's no problem going to Amritsar. But till you start feeling, experiencing the Amrit, then Amritsar is a geographic place. Another place made of bricks and sand. So when you start experiencing that taste, then it's Amrit. That's Dravinam. And then you say, Tvameva sarvam mavateva deva. And then you disappear actually. You don't stay to be a man anymore. The otherworldly experiences which you have, you become that otherworldly. You are no more a person then. You're no more an identity then. Then it is impossible to identify or to introduce yourself as so and so. You hesitate to introduce yourself. I'm so and so. You are nobody. हम वहां हैं जहां हमको भी हमारी कुछ खबर नहीं, कोई बतलाए हमें कि क्या बतलाए. So you don't know what introduction can you, how can you introduce yourself to anyone? Because neither are you this person, nor is that person that person. ये मुलाकात एक बहाना है, प्यार का सिलसिला पुराना है. So मुलाकात brings about the experience of love for a while. And then that experience of love stays and the mulaqat disappears. When two things meet, it's the taste which stays, the warmth which stays, the moisture which stays. People disappear. नाम गुम जाएगा, चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा, तेरी मेरी आवाज ही पहचान है, घर याद रहे. So ये जो taste of this message will stay. The words will be forgotten. ए अक्षर खिड़ जाएंगे, ओ अक्षर इनमें ना ही. जो रियलिटी है वो शब्दों में नहीं है, शब्दों के बीच में है छुपी हुई. That's why the English language has a beautiful sentence. The essence will always be experienced in between the lines, not in the lines. In between the lines. In between the lines is what? Nothing. Yes, everything will be found in that nothing. In that nothingness, you would loom effulgent. You would become that fire, which is the reality. You are not flesh and bones. I am not flesh and bone. I am the warmth within this flesh and bones. Hare Ram, and so is each one of us. We are all symbols, we are all metaphors, we are all mythology. Hare Ram. Ramayana is a mythology, and so is you and me. Mythology. So, mythology means what? There's a difference the English language has between mythology and history, as if that the history actually was, but mythology is an imagination. If I may declare that even me and you are a mythology, we are all symbols, we are all metaphors. ये मुलाकात एक बहाना है. The reality is प्यार का सिलसिला जो पुराना है. So Sri Ram's story is a mythology as much as mine and yours. Everything is a metaphor. A beloved was asking me the meaning of swastik, or somebody asked me a meaning of Omkār or Om. You know, they are code words. They're code words of Amrit. Now, even Amrit is a code word because as long as you've not tasted it, how do you know what is Amrit? So it's a code word given to those who are climbing the ladder. Now, code word is hinting what? That this is what you will experience on the rooftop. But so far you have not experienced it, but it's just giving you glimpses. So I am just a metaphor, I'm just a symbol. So I am not this person. I am just giving you fragrance of that what you might experience, what you will definitely necessarily experience when you go to the rooftop. And there'll be love only. This love is also a word which you've not yet experienced. ਕੱਚ ਪਕਾਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਾਏ ਨਾਨਕ ਗਿਆ ਜਾਪੇ ਜਾਏ ਧਰਮ ਖੰਡ ka eho ਧਰਮ. The reality is that once you would experience the sweetness, the nectar, the Amrit, then alone you would know what is Amrit. Till then, we can only keep talking about it. And our togetherness will produce some glimpses of that sweetness. That sweetness, which cannot be put in words, it'll just be experienced. Because when I'm talking, I'm not silent. But it's just reminding you silence is the reality, nothingness is the reality. And reality means everything. Nothingness is everything. And it is not an illusion. What you think yourselves to be is an illusion because it's temporal. That silence is not temporal. It's eternal as well as sempiternal. Nitya as well as Shashwat. Always there and always the same. You'll be able to experience it by and by in the form of dreams, which will be called visions, and they'll shape you up into reality. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Code words cannot be decoded because these two eyes can't, these two ears can't, this intellect can't comprehend. Intellect cannot comprehend. This person who's speaking, his intellect has given way to the reality. It's gotten aside. He is not there. So that's why Whatever little is about it is alive, is just speaking to you. He's not afraid of death because he's already died. So what can now anymore die? So that reality is called satisfaction. That reality is called God. That's called Sayujya. That's called communion. That's Omkār. One which is now always dancing. The three gunas always dancing. The three is ever dancing because it's in the company of one. The zero, which has gotten its one, now becomes infinite because zeros can keep adding infinitely, but one is already there. So a one, which is a zero, which gets his one, is called the bridegroom. Jesus says it. The one who has the bride is the bridegroom. This Bhoot Bangla becomes Mahal. And as I sometimes say, if it's not objectionable, that there was a pehle महल, दूजा महल, तीजा महल, नौवां महल, 10वां महल, 11वां महल कौन है? वो आप है। महल कौन होता है? जिसके अंदर राजा रानी का वास हो, जिसके अंदर भूत रहते हो, वो भूत बंगला। सो 11वां महल कौन है? वो हम है, सब के सब, provided we give way to that reality and we stop calling them dreams. The reality is our vision. Vision means the third eye. Vision means the sixth sense. Vision means the 10वां द्वार खुलना शुरू हो जाना। हरी जियो गुफा अंदर रख के वह जब वर्ण बजाया। Geo means that which is alive. That which you think yourself to be, the flesh and bones, the intellect, the mind, that is not alive, that's dead already. What is alive inside you is the Geo. Hari, Geo, Gufa the Rakh. Now, which Gufa are we seeking? In Himalayas or in some Gurdwara? No, this is Gufa. Hari Geo Gufa the Rakh. You are alive inside this body. The body is not alive. This body alive is medical living because you think this is breathing and it is alive. No. Alive is you. Prana is you. Prana is not breath. Prana is not breath. Prana is not heartbeat. That warmth inside you, the moisture inside you is prana. So experience your warmth. Experience your love. Hare Ram. The love what we call love between a man and a woman is not love that even animals have. That's not love. Human alone can experience what is love. There's no body to body touch in that. There's no mind to mind touch with that. There's no intellect to intellect touch in that. It is just there. Hare Ram. We just need to meet each other in the beginning. Thereafter, नाम गुम जाएगा, चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा, मगर ये मैसेज हमेशा रह जाएगा। मेरी आवाज ही पहचान है, घर याद रहे। That taste, that was what Pehla Mahalla Guru Nanak came to tell us. That message, grasp the message. That's what Buddha comes to tell us. They're not mere historical figures. They're always there. They're always there. In some form or the other, they're always there. Fall in love with Krishna and know that Krishna is always there. Hanuman is always there. When you will get the vision, Hanumanji will come as a monkey. But when you would reach the top of the roof, then there will be no monkey, there will be no form, there will be no crown on the head of Krishna. Then you would have reached what is the reality. Then there will be no symbols of Omkār. Then you would know what reality is. Then you would know that satisfaction is not an illusion. God is a reality. Everything else doesn't exist. They are just temporal. They are all metaphors. It's all mythology. Our sitting with each other is a mythology. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So what am I leaving in this togetherness? Is a message. Is a message, not our togetherness. Togetherness is a beginning only. Thereafter, what is left is you, the real you. Hare Ram, the silent you. No words, no Sanskrit, no Telugu, no Punjabi, no English. Just a taste, a silent, quiet taste of love. Our leaning on each other is called love. Leaning on each other means I need you. I need you. Each and everything, be it food, be it people, be it animals, whatever. I need you. Leaning on each other, be it beloved, friend, whatever, guru. Leaning for what? That I will die without you. I can't pass time without you. I love you. Then what do you love really? You love yourself. Because you'll die without the other. So you love yourself. And by you realize that, oh, I just don't want to die. I love myself so much I don't want to die. And when you die also, this body dies, you would actually experience yourself. You would say, I have not died. Then who is this which is alive? That's called love. नूर की बूंद है जो सदियों से बहा करती है. प्यार का सिलसिला पुराना है. Our meeting each other is mythology. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Just to give you a vision of what is the reality. And that's when you would realize, na asato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Ubhayor api drashtvanta, tvanayo tattvadarshibhi. I mean, Bhagavad Gita shloka would come out of you, be it in Sanskrit or be it in feeling. It'll come out of you in feeling. Na asato vidyate bhavo. जो कुछ दिख रहा है, ये तो mythology है. They are all metaphors. They are all symbols. ना भावोस विद्यते सतः. And जो सचमुच है, वो तो कभी भी डिसअपियर नहीं होता. वो तो हमेशा ही है. अभी भी है. आज सच, जुगाद सच, है भी सच, नानक होसी भी सच. ये मुंह से जपने से नहीं बात बनेगी. जपो. जपना क्या चाहिए? आज सच, जुगाद सच. ये बोलने से बात नहीं बनेगी. आज सच, जुगाद सच, है भी सच, नानक होसी भी सच. बोलने से तो बात नहीं बनेगी. पर कुछ ना कुछ तो बनेगी. बोलते रहो with an experience कि वो जो reality है. I mean, in Punjabi it is said, आज सच, जुगाद सच, है भी सच, नानक होसी भी सच. And in Sanskrit it is said, ना सतो विद्यते भाव, ना भाव विद्यते सतः. And in poetic language it is said, प्यार का सिलसिला पुराना है. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So stay in love. Know your reality is love. Not between bodies, but just love. That warmth which is experienced when you fold your hands, not only in the heart and the head, But even between the two hands, there is a warmth. When you feel the two hands, there is a feeling of touch, there's a feeling of warmth, there's a feeling of bowing down and me disappearing. Disappear, disappear, and the reality will appear. Allow yourselves to be extinguished, and you would see that your true light will come. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Excuse me for an essay on silence. Silence will be experienced like this. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.